Welcome back. For this episode, we're going to break down Week 7 of Gridiron Heights. First, we'll watch through it, and then we'll go piece by piece of what little secrets you didn't see in this episode of Gridiron Heights. So, let's get started.
The Jets were tough. I don't know how we did it, but...
Yo, if you enter someone's selfie, does it become an ussy?
Delete video. Hey, how are you backups doing?
Just replacing a generational talent, you?
We're undefeated.
Yeah, same.
What? Red alert! There's another good team in the NFL! I thought we had Jimmy taken care of!
Hey, at the end of the day, we're all still Tom Brady.
Get out, Jules! He has everything I have. A great defense.
Man, I saw Baker kick a puppy.
His own Gronk.
Come on, let's wrestle!
I don't get a Gronk till week 14.
Please let Gronk be.
Hey man, you've met this old guy before. I want to say it's Joe Montana? You're an inspiration, but it's all coaching, right?
Well, wrong. I don't need coach.
You'll always be pick 199.
One is nothing without the other. I am my own man.
I'm a system quarterback, and that's okay.
You don't see McVay shrinking himself into Goff's brain? If we're all made of stardust, aren't we all aliens?
I grow up so fast.
Alright, now let's start from the beginning. As first, we got Pat Silver, who says GOAT on Tom Brady's Instagram Live that he's got going on, you know. And then we got Patriots fans at 6 rings, and it says F. Goodell. We're underdogs. Of course, as Goodell screwed him over kind of a lot of times, but not really. Wes Welker, former teammate of the Patriots, says miss you. Then Namath Stan 69, I think it's supposed to be Joe Namath, and it says why you gotta do the Jets like that. Of course, Joe Namath, former member of the Jets. But let's move on from there. And actually, if you can see behind them, there is a AMC Fight Night with Aaron Donald versus Freeman. Also, that pretzel stand. We'll come back to that a little bit later. Alright, now we got where they said how they were doing, backup quarterbacks were doing, everything. Then, of course, Garoppolo says we're undefeated. Tom Brady goes in the warning alert. And then let's start with the cabinets on the left side. As from top to bottom, there's additional ring storage on the bottom, legal ways to cheat in the middle, and then on top, Tom Brady has his grudges. Then for the papers that are all on the ground, from left to right, we'll start with the Deflategate proof over there. Of course, Deflategate against the Colts, even though it didn't really matter because they dominated them. Then it says stories that make me seem human, clips to throw my daughter off, how to erect AB, where Giselle's money is buried, and the truth about Ernie Adams. And if you don't know who Ernie Adams is, he's a member of the New England Patriots. He's kind of low-key, doesn't know much, but he was one of the top suspects when the Patriots were going with the Spygate and all of that. And then, of course, you have the sign in the background that says 7th ring in danger, get Sanu now, as they just traded for Mohamed Sanu for a second-round pick. So, of course, that makes tons of sense. Then when we move on to the next thing, there's a sign that says Tom's frontal loop location, kind of funny. And then Tom Brady's complaining about everything the Niners are similar to him. Great defense. That's where Nick Bosa and Richard Sherman come in. Nick Bosa drops his flag, which I think is hilarious, copying Baker Mayfield, of course. Richard Sherman, which lied, said, I saw Baker kick a puppy, which I thought was hilarious. I died laughing. Then Brady mentions that Garoppolo has his own Gronk, which, of course, George Kittle. And then he mentions that he doesn't get his Gronk until week 14, which poor Gronk's just like, just leave me alone. Alright, and then like I said, we're back to this pretzel place, where it's Wenzel's Pretzels, which, of course, is a reference to Carson Wentz. And their sign says, good pretzels that crumble over pressure, which, of course, if you know how the Eagles are doing, they're crumbling over pressure. Simple as that. And it says Alshon Jeffries, well, just Alshon says our pretzels need to get together, with, of course, Alshon criticizing the Eagles and throwing the bag in pretty much. And then there's a sign in the back here that says, I'll river on through it. Of course, referencing to how bad the umpires or refs have been this year and how bad the review game's been this year. Then we move on where Brady and Belichick have their moment. Belichick starts saying, you'll always be pick 199. They all stay together. One is nothing without the other. And then Brady, of course, says, you're wrong. I'm My Own Man, referencing to how he sold his house, and it seems like he might be leaving the Patriots after this year. Of course, no one knows about that, though. Then we move on to where Jimmy G admits he's a system QB, and we have the sign with Shanahan's offense, which, of course, says the young genius responsible for the 2016 Falcons, minus the very end, referencing to the 28-3 lead they blew and lost the Super Bowl in the final minutes. Then we have Jacoby Brissett coming in and says, if we were all made of stardust, aren't we all aliens? Referencing to his crazy tweets that he would send out. They didn't make sense, so this kind of lines up with that. And that was pretty much all the little things I could find. So what could you guys find in this Bleacher Report Gridiron Heights episode for Week 7? Also, what other suggestions do you guys have that I could talk about sports about? As you know, your suggestion may just be one of the next videos. Anyways, make sure to click on the links below, as there's a Discord, Instagram, Twitter, and a Patreon link down there if you want to keep up with all that. Also, thanks for watching, and just make sure to keep Sports Week flowing throughout the day.